Today, we will talk about 10 best places to visit in Austria. Australia is a land of dreams. According to Aboriginal legend, in the dream time, the Great Spirits created its thriving coral reefs, luxuriant rainforests, and red-earthed deserts. Today, these spectacular ecosystems host some of the quirkiest wildlife on the planet and lure nature lovers and adventure seekers from around the globe. 1. Sydney Opera House. Mention Sydney, Australia, and most people think of the Opera House. Shaped like huge shells or billowing sails, this famous building on Sydney's Bennelong Point graces the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites and is one of the world's great architectural icons. The location is stunning. Water surrounds the structure on 3 sides, and the Royal Botanic Gardens border it to the south. Danish architect Bjørn Utzon won an international competition for its design, but withdrew from the project after technical and financing problems. Construction was finally completed in 1973 at a cost of 10 times the original budget. By this time, Utzon had left the country, never returning to see his magnificent creation. 2. Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. You can't leave Australia without seeing the Great Barrier Reef. This World Heritage listed natural wonder is one of the largest living structures on the planet. It's so vast, you can see it from outer space. For divers, snorkelers, island aficionados, and nature lovers, it's a bucket list destination. In 1975, the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park was established to protect its fragile ecosystems. These include more than 3,000 coral reefs, 600 continental islands, including the beautiful Whitsun Bay Group, 300 coral cays, and inshore mangrove islands. 3. Uluru Kata Tjuta National Park. Deep in the heart of Australia's Red Centre, Uluru, formerly Ayers Rock, is one of the most photographed natural wonders in the country. The striking red monolith forms the centerpiece of Uluru Kata Tjuta National Park, a World Heritage Site jointly managed by Parks Australia and the traditional landowners, the Anangu people. Uluru, meaning shadowy place in the local Aboriginal dialect, rises to a height of 348 meters from the surrounding plain. Most of its bulk is hidden beneath the Earth's surface. 4. Sydney Harbour Bridge. Along with the Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge is one of Australia's top architectural icons. Affectionately called the Coathanger, this impressive feat of construction is the largest steel arch bridge in the world. It was completed in 1932, 40 years before the Sydney Opera House. Rising 134 meters above the harbor, the bridge spans 500 meters, connecting Sydney's North Shore to the Central Business District. In addition to the pedestrian path, 2 railway lines extend over the bridge, as well as 8 lanes for road traffic, and the direction of each lane can be switched to accommodate traffic flow. One of the top things to do in Sydney is a guided ascent to the top of the bridge. Standing on its summit, connected only by a carabiner, you can breathe in spectacular 360-degree views of the harbor and city. It's a great way to truly appreciate the layout of the city as you gaze out over the fingers of water that snake their way into beautiful blue bays. 5. Blue Mountains National Park. Named for the blue haze emanating from the many eucalyptus trees, this stunning park protects more than 664,000 acres of wilderness. On a visit here, you can explore dramatic gorges, waterfalls, Aboriginal rock pickings, and 140 kilometers of hiking trails. The most famous attractions in Blue Mountains National Park are the towering sandstone rock formations called the Three Sisters. Other highlights include the Katoomba Scenic Railway, the world's steepest, which whisks passengers down the Jameston Valley through a cliffside tunnel into an ancient rainforest, and the Skyway, Scenic Cableway, and Scenic Walkway, which all offer elevated views of the dense forests. 6. Melbourne's culture. Melbourne, Australia's second-largest city, is a popular stop on many Australian itineraries, especially for culture vultures. Galleries, theaters, restaurants, shops, and its distinctly European feel are the main draws of this sophisticated city on the Yarra River. It's also a green city with parks, gardens, and open spaces, occupying almost a third of its total area. The cultural highlights of Melbourne are many. Gaze at the masterpieces at the National Gallery of Victoria, watch a performance at Arts Centre Melbourne, or head to Federation Square. Here you can browse Australian artworks at the Ian Potter Gallery and learn about the nation's screening culture at the Australian Centre for the Moving Image. 7. Bondi Beach. Bronze bodies, blonde sand, backpackers, and surf. Throw it all together and you get one of the world's most famous beaches. Only 15 minutes by car from Sydney city centre, Bondi Beach is a great spot for a taste of Sydney's beach culture. Bask on the golden sands, surf the breaks, or take a cool dip on a hot summer's day. But stay between the flags. Few cities in the world lay claim to such an enticing slice of sand and sea so close to the city. No wonder it's one of Sydney's best beaches. And you'll find some history here too. Bondi hosts one of the oldest surf life-saving clubs in the world. Away from the shore, you'll find plenty of things to do in Bondi. Take a stroll along the Bondi to Bronte Coastal Walk. It begins at the southern end of the beach and follows the coastline for 6 scenic kilometers along sandstone cliffs. You can also hunt for bargains at the Sunday markets or swim some laps in the ocean pool. 8. Daintree National Park. A wet tropics World Heritage Area, Daintree National Park in far north Queensland is among the most ancient ecosystems on Earth. The area belongs to the Eastern Kuku-Yaluji Aboriginal people, and many of its natural features hold great spiritual significance. 9. Karori Fraser Island. World Heritage listed Karori Fraser Island is one of the most unique places to visit in Australia. Sitting between Bundaberg and Brisbane off Australia's east coast, this is the largest sand island in the world. Here you'll find seemingly endless stretches of sand and sea, turquoise lakes, emerald rainforests, rippling dunes, and fascinating wildlife. 10. Kakadu National Park. When it comes to wilderness areas, Kakadu National Park showcases the best of Australia. Covering more than 19,840 square kilometers in the Northern Territory, it's the second largest national park in the world. Within its borders, you can explore monsoon rainforests, mangrove swamps, rivers, gorges, ancient rock paintings, wetlands, and waterfalls.